Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Nerd Ledger. Okay, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 6. Alright, listen, we start this episode with Kristen Cole. By the way, spoiler warning if you haven't watched it, this is full spoilers ahead, okay? Kristen Cole, useless Kristen Cole. He started to be a little bit useful in the last episode and then became useless again and annoying. And this episode, people are going to complain about a little bit of them botching, this sequence. But I think they managed to pull it off well. He walks in, sees all these dead rivermen and all this stuff, and he gets his full troop in there. And psych, it's a trap. Amongst all the dead bodies were hidden live soldiers who, a big scuffle breaks out. A bunch of them die. A lot of Kristen Cole's men die. Cole himself lives, only to find out now they are surrounded by the River Lords and the Northmen. And he knows it's his end and he's ready. He's ready he pulls out Allison's little handkerchief, wraps it around his sword hilt. He cannot wait to die in a blaze of glory. He's so ready for them. He's like, listen, I am Sir Kristen Cole, the greatest warrior in all of Westeros, and I will happily take you on, Oscar Tully, and your man there who we've yet to name, but I know his name is like Rudy or some fucking shit. And listen, why don't you do 2-on-1 here? And Oscar Tully's like, yeah, you'd fucking like that, wouldn't you, you little bitch? And then he gets shot with an arrow. And then another one. And then another one right through his face. And he dies. No glory for you, Kristen Cole, because nobody likes you. Listen, I think the show does Kristen Cole a bit dirty compared to the book, but that's all you root for in the show is the death of Kristen Cole, because that man is fucking scum. Anyway, he's killed by Allison Blackwood, the future Lady of Winterfell. She will marry Cregan Stark. I don't know. Those aren't big spoilers. People have been wondering who she is. That's Allison Blackwood, aka Black Alley. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds in the TV show world for these characters, but no disappointment there with the death of Sir Kristen Cole. We also have Ulf and Hugh in this episode. Ulf, again, just neglecting his role. He's trying to sneak into his tavern because he can't do the shit he wants to do. He's bitching to Hugh about it, but he goes back to Tumbleton. He's trying to go about his business. Little does he know, Daemon Targaryen is there disguised as a gold cloak because all his gold cloaks fucking left him because they're not getting paid and they don't want to get murdered. So he disguises himself and ends up killing one of the leaders of the group that was taking out the gold cloaks for Ormond. And he bumps into Ulf, and Ulf's like, "Oh, my watch, where the fuck you going? Oh, sorry, my prince. My apologies." And then Damon's like, "Yo, didn't Rhaenyra tell your bitch ass, you can't fucking be doing this shit?" And he's like, "Oi, mate, and you know how it is. You got to get out every now and then." Pacha! Punched right in the face by Daemon. And Daemon he's not having none of it. None of that shit. Hugh, on the other hand, also abandons his post to go see his wife, Kat, who is not so happy to see him. And he's like, "Listen, Kat, I've got a dragon now. I've gone away. I've done what I need to do, and I thought you'd be happy. I've done it. I've done it, Kat." And she's like, "You don't know what I've been through on the road. You have no idea. My brother is dead, and fuck off. Fuck off, Hugh. I never asked for this. I don't want any of this. I don't give a fuck about your dragon." And so Hugh, got my Anyway, um, in other parts of Westeros, fucking Rhaena pops out, and of course, Jane Eyre is like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're gonna get us both in trouble. What the fuck is you doing? Go back into hiding, you little wench." And Rhaena's like, I saw green fire, and I saw no, it's not Dreamfire. It can't be Dreamfire, is it? Might be. Whatever Bela's dragon's called. She saw Bela's dragon and Sea Smoke, I think, out there flying around. Um, yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Jane Eyre's not having any of it. She's like, you need to fucking piss off. All right. So we have that as well. We also have Corlys, who's been hanging up all. They've been on the hunt. They've been doing their thing. They've been killing all sorts of extras. He also knows that Tywin Lannister is still alive. Tywin is still with Larys and Aegon at this point. But yeah, and he has this little interaction with Alan, where Alan's like, "Hey, yo, all the gold cloaks are fucked, and we need some of our men, some of the Valyrian army to go, help out Rhaenyra." And Corlys is like, "Hey, you'd help the queen who denies your birthright." And Alan's like, "Yes, father. How long did it take you? You denied me for years. Goodbye." So yeah. So then Alan pisses off. And listen, last episode, his brother, Adam, sure, Atom of Hole, was trying to shoot his shot with Bela, you know what I'm saying? And, Bela's flirting here and there, whatever. This episode, all right, I've seen people say it, but I don't see it. They had no build-up for Alan and Bela whatsoever. No chemistry, just weird fucking kissing all of a sudden. Like, Alan is like this with everybody. Like, he's always kind of like side-eyeing, like looking around, like, I don't care that he did that with Lena before. Not Lena, sorry. Bela. Lena's the mom. I disagree. There was no proper build-up for this awkward fucking make-out session between Alan and Bela. Even though they're married in the books. Like, we know that's, like, people who read the books and people who read spoilers online, we all know that's coming. We all get it. But, like, full no build. Like, no chemistry whatsoever and just to this. So, anyway. Sir Gawain and Darren. Gawain returns. Ormond's a dick to him, all this stuff. And you get this little sequence with Gawain and Darren where Darren, hey, he's playing a role here. You kind of get this feeling that, like, he's fully under Ormond's control in previous episodes, like after killing that one guy and, like, all the stuff he's doing with Ormond. Like, you kind of get this impression that, like, he's on board, but, like, he's not. He does not like Ormond. He's been just playing to try to buy time. And, he's like, "Wayne, I fucking hate him, bruh. Like, you left me. What the fuck is going on? Like, come on, my guy. Like, we cannot be dealing with this shit." So, yeah. We also have the Baratheons. An envoy of Baratheons come to Rhaenyra. And listen, Rhaenyra, she's struggling here. She's sitting on the throne. She finally got cut. She'll continue to get cut. Is this whole, like, subplot and this idea that if the throne cuts you, that, like, you're not fit, like, it's rejecting you as the ruler, which isn't really true, because everybody gets cut up on the throne. But it was interesting that they finally did it. I thought they would have done it, like, the first episode when she sits on the throne and, she puts her hand on it. I thought they were going to do a little thing there. But they didn't. But yeah, you got all these people coming to her. She does not know what she's doing. She's struggling, and I get it. Nobody really knows. One of them's like, "Oh, my, someone I know is, like, gone or dead or whatever." She says, "Okay, I'll light a candle for them and pray." Thank you, Rhaenyra. Thoughts and prayers truly work. But this host of Baratheon envoys comes, and Rhaenyra takes their clothes and dresses some assassins and makes them smell like shit because she knows of Ormond's weakness. And yeah, they go and thank you, Sir Gawain, for sussing it out because fucking Ormond wasn't. He was just like, Gawain, takes him out. Uh, and, and bro, he slits this dude's throat and insults him while doing. He's like, the true Baratheon is taller and better looking than this short fuck who smells like shit. And yeah, Ormond throws up like a fucking little prick. We also have this whole Alicent situation. She's trying to dip. They get stuck. They get found. Her and Helena. Rhaenyra's pissed. She's like, "Listen, I ain't letting you go nowhere. You can't leave. You can't go to the Godswood. You can't do shit. I tried. You betrayed me. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Oh, also, Rhaenyra. She said, Rhaenyra, Helena's pregnant. We thought you were gonna kill the baby. You gonna kill the baby. And Rhaenyra's like, bro, what did I do to give you the impression that I was gonna be cruel or do some fucked up shit? Like, bro, I'm out here protecting your ass, okay? Yeah. And so you have this whole thing, and then she's walking. Rhaenyra's walking with Mysaria, and Mysaria, of course, is playing all sides as she does. And Rhaenyra's like, "Did you have any idea?" She's like, "No, no, what? Oh no, that is great. What? I'm supposed to know everything that goes on in your castle, and I've been watching this bitch for like a week, and I have no idea. Holy shit. Wow, Alicent's so good at keeping secrets. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't know how people still trust Mysaria when in like season 1 she tells Otto Hightower, when your grandson is sitting on the throne, remember it was me who put him there. Like she's not to be trusted. Okay, she's a trifling. Um, Rhaenyra also finds out that Helena has visions, and she's like, "Oh, like the dreamer, like the one who foresaw the fall of Valyria, which actually happened." Yeah, holy shit. And then Helena is also doing the sewing thing and whatever, and she sews Aemond, Harrenhal by the witch, with his injury in his glass eye, whatever that means. Yeah, and then Aemond, yeah, he's just chilling at Harrenhal. He's ready to leave. Alice is trying to get him to stay. She's like, Vhagar left because, she's trying to make sure nobody can find you here. Also, what are you gonna do? Lots of foreshadowing, something about falling and falling alone, doing Vhagar, and and then she's like, hey, yo, I got some dragon eggs, and lots of people think like some of these are the dragon eggs that go to Daenerys. I don't think these are those dragon eggs. I think these are the Summerhall dragon eggs. I won't spoil any of that, but I'm pretty sure Daenerys' dragon eggs are the ones that went to Essos. I don't know, whenever Rhaenyra sent some dragon eggs with her kids to the Vale before they got on the ships. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. But yeah, and then yeah, Alice and Aemond make out because she's shooting her shot. And Alicent tells Rhaenyra, hey, yo, Aemond is a Harrenhal. And Rhaenyra's like, I have a great idea. Why don't you go and kill him? Surely that's a great plan. Good job. Good thinking, Rhaenyra. Yeah, nothing could possibly go wrong with that. So, sure, just send Alicent over there and, have her do the thing, right? And here's the thing, like so much of the show, so much of what is happening exists because of narrative choices and adaptation choices, like deviations from the original story, which in general I don't have a problem with. But like Alicent and Rhaenyra growing up and being friends was not a thing. They never properly liked each other in the book, and So like so much of the story is like now hinged on this idea that like they were friends and they're doing things out of friendship and honor and all this stuff, and it's like, okay, sure. Sure. um you know, the show is the show, and I actually like a lot of the kind of adaptations they've made, especially with like, the insights, knowing that the book was written from perspectives of like maesters and other people that are not very reliable, and they even outline how unreliable most of it is, in the book. And so, part of that is, even Rhaenyra, before Rhaenyra, right? Like, for like when they were trying to figure out the lineage after Jaehaerys and his sons died, Rhaenys should have been next in line, but she was a woman, and all the maesters agreed it shouldn't go to a woman. It should go to someone else, right? So they overlooked her, and then her kids and all this, right? A couple of different lines of succession questions came, right? Um, but that's why Rhaenys was the queen that never was. If a woman was meant to be a queen, she would have been it. But the Maesters were totally against it, and so that was one of the reasons she never became queen. And then she was overlooked again later, uh, during this whole other procession. And so, well, her kids, right, Laenor and Lena. Well, it wouldn't have been Lena because women shouldn't, but Viserys threw all that out the window. He was like, "Hey, fuck it, right? Daemon's pissed me off so much. I ain't letting him ever be king. It will be my daughter." And then he never changed that after having sons. It was always gonna be Rhaenyra. But yeah, now we know how that all played out, especially in the show. But you know, in in there was a point I was getting to. I have to remember my point. But like actually, the point was the book is written from a perspective of unreliable narrators, but a lot of it is written by the maesters as well. And the maesters, having written it and being against a woman being queen, obviously wouldn't paint Rhaenyra in the best light, right? And so there's a lot, like, Rhaenyra's never a good guy, quote unquote, in the story. Like, nobody's really a good guy. They're all bad guys. This is just this history of bad people being bad and doing bad things a lot of times, right? But the show, one, needs a protagonist, and two, needs to create drama and do like, but again, because the show is trying to take some of that unreliable narration and make it more quote unquote reliable, because it's a different way of telling a story, there's obviously going to be differences. This could be a more definitive reality of what quote unquote happened versus what's written in Fire and Blood, because how do we trust that, right? Like, obviously it's written by people who are going to paint Rhaenyra in a bad light anyway, because they never agreed with her being queen. So the better light that part of the show tries to paint her in could be a correction of that. She also does a lot of stupid bad things in the show, so there's that too. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Lots of stuff still to come this season. There's 2 episodes left. I don't know if they're gonna wrap up the Tumbleton story this season. I don't know if they're gonna wrap up the Harrenhal story this season. Probably not, but hey, excuse me. Trying to do Tumbleton, Harrenhal, and Aegon story conclusion all next season seems like a lot of heavy lifting, but they could do it. So anyway, that's it. Much love. We'll see you next time. Like, comment, rate, review, subscribe, click all the buttons, do all the things. Bye.